Good Thursday afternoon, everybody. This is Grace, and I'm part of my Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. I can actually work on it better whenever I see it through this. But anyway, today I want to do something that's it's basically, I would say, about bullies, but let's determine what we want to call that in a little while after I tell the story. But it's more of a hypothetical, kind of fictional story. It's not anything I've actually been through today or any day recently. Years ago, something like it. But something reminded me of it. So anyway, I think I'm going to do something like this every blue moon. I used to when I did writing journals, online journals, or some call them online diaries, some call them blogs, starting back way in the 90s and up until I really started doing YouTube videos. Then I kind of switched. It's easier to talk than write, for me now these days. It used to be the other way. But anyway, this one is about a job, okay? And I'll be right back. My dogs are barking. I'll try to calm them down. Okay, they're not going to calm down. But anyway, say, for example, you heard the story or you've, just you. It's a hypothetical fictional kind of story, like I said. You do temporary work, temporary through an agency, temporary agency. I don't, so, I did years ago. And they pay you in blocks of 4 hours, okay, 4-hour blocks. And in that, they mean if you go to a job, you take a 4-hour assignment. It's just 4 hours. And you get there, and they say they only want to need you for a couple hours. Well, the agency still pays you for 4 hours. And the agency gets 4 hours from the company because that is in their contract with them, and that is in their contract with you. The 4 hours. Now, if you work 8 hours, they pay you for 8 hours. If you work 6, they pay you for 8 hours. Okay, it's in 4-hour blocks. So say you took a job for 4 hours, and your job is that you're going to basically be sitting at a desk, come up with whatever you would do sitting at a desk, like say just answering the phones or data entry or whatever you could do, whatever you make up your mind this story. So, but it's 4 hours sitting down. Okay, so you get to this job, and my dogs are going to start making all kinds of noise. Okay, it's later, and yes, my camera was messing up. I think I fixed it. Anyway, so let's say that you've worked at this place before as a temporary, and you know that you go in and you report to human resources, and somebody takes you to, walks you to where you need to be, and, tells you what you need to, what you do there. Okay, so you do all that, and it's all fine and good, and in walks, after that woman, HR walks off, a woman walks in and says that you are replacing her that day, and she's very surprised that you're there. She said that, she says that she's only going to be gone for like an hour and a half, and she thought they would just have somebody else, monitor her phone lines or something like that, and that you're really not needed there, and she's not your boss, and you're going to get paid for it anyway because you're there. They're going to pay you for 4 hours because you're there. And she knows it too. And so what she does is she says, well, I'm going to be gone for, just an hour and a half, but I'm going to want you to do something else for me. And she says, I'll be back. So an hour and a half, she shows up, and she, you don't care. You're paid for 4 hours anyway, and it's an easy job. Well, she comes up and comes back, and she says that she's going to do her job. And what you're going to do, well, before that, as you find out, she's going to be docked for that time, for the whole 4 hours. And that's how they do it there. And you know that. So that's why she's a little bit ticked off. And so when she comes back, she says that she's going to have you do some filing for her. And that was not the kind of job you signed up for. You did not sign up for all that. And you're dressed, say you're a woman, and you're dressed in high heels, and you're dressed, nice, and this filing job, you see what it is, you see where it is. It's going to be a little, walking a little ladder, and, you're probably going to get a little dirty. And this is not what you were doing. That job's a little bit more difficult. You're bending up and down. It's an old-fashioned filing system. That's not what you wanted to do. You didn't sign up for it. But this woman, she's kind of like, like she thinks she's suddenly your boss. And so she says, well, you can go take a restroom break, and then I'm going to need you to do that. So you go, instead, you go to the HR and you say, you know, I'm finished, she's back. And the HR person says, well, I know she didn't take off all day, and we still need you to do whatever she says to do. And you're thinking, wow, you know, yeah. So what you find out, because you, or either you've heard before or you find out from somebody that also works, is for the temporary agency, is that if you don't, you know, do what they say to do, they'll fire you. You know, the temporary agency will fire you, and you'll never be able to work for them again. So what would you do? I mean, first of all, you see the woman that she's going to be docked for her 4 hours, and she's upset, and she's there because she thought they were just going to have somebody cover her lines. And, you know, she's kind of taking out on you that she wants you to do the hard work that she's supposed to do for her. And that was not what you said you were going to, you didn't sign up for, like I said. What would you do? What would you think? What would you feel? Anyway, that's the one. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.